What's up everybody, my name is MrHurriicane, and it's time to begin talking about Madden 18 as we finally have some details on this year's Madden that'll be out in a few months. So we kick off the news season now for Madden, and I'll be talking about all the news as it is released. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'll be talking a lot about the game as we get more information, but we do have a few bits and pieces here that are interesting, so we'll dive into what is there. All this info is linked down below. The trailer is there as well. I'm not going to play it here, but I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it quite yet. And there's also some information on the EA Sports website. So let's get into it, beginning with the cover athlete. This year it is Tom Brady. 5 championships now under his belt, a phenomenal career. And I knew that this would be a perfect year for him to don the cover, but I figured it hadn't happened yet, so maybe it never will. I was predicting Antonio Brown or Julio Jones myself, but no, it is Brady. And there is also a GOAT edition of the game, of course in reference to Tom Brady. Now 5 Super Bowl championships, none more memorable than this past one, of course. But let's talk about the actual game now. Brady will be on the box. But when it comes to the actual game, we did have one piece of information actually for a little while now, and that is Madden is now going to be on the Frostbite engine, which powers games like Battlefield and Star Wars Battlefront. So from a graphics standpoint, that's definitely exciting. From a sound standpoint, I hope that also brings some good things to the game. We'll see when there is actual gameplay what things look like and perhaps how they sound. I don't usually take much away from the trailers in regards to graphics because it's all captured in-engine and it always looks good no matter the game, or even PS2 trailers were phenomenal. So, Frostbite engine, from a graphics standpoint, should be a pretty cool thing for the game. Should look very nice. Now let me just jump into my favorite part of the information so far, and this comes from Rex Dixon, the creative director, on Twitter. He showed a screenshot that showed that there are now some game style options for Madden, and there are many different ways to play the game. Well, not many, but we all have our preferences. Some of us like that simulation feel. We're just trying to recreate what we see on Sundays, and that's what we get excited about when it comes to video game football. Others just want to have some high-flying action and have the big plays and not exactly deal with the most realistic gameplay, which is fine. And others are more competitive and want the true player skills to be at the forefront, not deal with so many random acts that can derail even the best laid plans. So I think that catering to all communities was something that was possible, and I'm glad that it now seems to be a reality. And from this screenshot we see arcade, over-the-top action filled with spectacular plays, scoring, and limited penalties. But me, I'm a simulation guy, of course. Play true to player and team ratings with authentic NFL rules and gameplay. I cannot wait to see what this is all about, and I hope that the simulation game style really delivers. And for the more competitive players, user stick skills are king, our head-to-head ranked online and tournament default. Having a setting that gears the game more toward simulation style football would be the #1 thing that I want, more than anything. Just to not deal with sliders and wondering how I can get everything to be so ratings based. And I don't expect this to fix everything, but when it comes to balancing out ratings and the frequency of certain events, like block shedding related to actually getting off blocks or carrying and putting the ball on the ground, I can't stand messing with sliders to get this where I like it, so I'm hoping that simulation helps simplify that for the franchise community. When you go to the website for Madden 18, this is one of the first things that they talk about. Play each matchup to your specifications by selecting from 3 new play styles. And then it talks about Play Now Live, which on the Amazon page, this apparently is a feature geared around the best real-world matchups each week. And I wonder what they're going to do to entice players to play that, because I'm not really sure of anybody that plays exhibition very often. So I wonder if there is more to it. Also on the Amazon page, it briefly lists target passing, playstyles, arcade simulation, competitive, coverage assignment, coach adjustments. Now coverage assignment, of course, was a feature that used to be in Madden where you could assign a certain player to cover another player. So your top cornerback against their top receiver. So when they put him in the slot, doesn't matter, you travel with him. And I hope that this also includes being able to set someone to cover the tight ends so that you never have a linebacker on a receiver. Well, you have a cornerback covering Jimmy Graham. I hated playing against the Saints in past Maddens because that's all they would do against me. Now, there is one more pretty big piece of news here from the trailer itself, although there aren't any details talking about it, so we could speculate, I guess. But in the second half of the trailer, we see what appears to be a cutscene. And story elements in Madden, that's not something we're used to. We got like these little scenes now in the practices where your coaches are talking about, you know, what you got to do this week or how practice is going. But no, this is a full-blown cutscene, it looks like. We see a young man in a hotel room, clearly, outside of Lucas Oil Stadium. There is one sentence that this man is thinking during the scene, and it's him saying, "My father used to say, when the world knocks you down, get back up again." So what it looks here is that there will be some sort of story element to the game, but I'm not sure if this is its own mode tied within franchise from a player perspective. So it looks like this man is very young, and he's outside of Lucas Oil Stadium, and that's important because Lucas Oil Stadium is where the NFL Combine is held every year. And it looks to be maybe early morning here in the Combine. You know, players are getting up very early to do their workouts, and that's the first thing that comes to my mind. And if there is going to be a career mode element, obviously it makes sense to begin at the forefront of your career, which would be getting drafted. So this all to me makes sense, and we'll see what this ends up being. The weird part is that there isn't any mention of this scene, really, or what this is on the website, on Amazon even. Usually Amazon reveals a lot of details about games, and this really is pretty airtight right now from the looks of things. I'm not sure if this is like a linear story we'll all experience pretty much the same, maybe a couple different decisions, or if this is going to be something that can be different for everybody. But either way, I'm excited to see what this is all about, and I hope that it does bring a cool new mode, or at least a new way to play and enjoy Madden, because I do think the player-based element has been lacking, and for it to get some attention perhaps would be very cool. There isn't a whole lot else to talk about right now as far as information in the game, but we have a few brief things. And then, of course, we have the editions of the game that are coming. We have your standard edition, and then the GOAT edition, which still features Tom Brady on the cover. The GOAT edition looks like $80, and if you pre-order it, you'll get the game 3 days early with full game access. And then with the GOAT edition, you choose between one of 5 elite GOAT players, and it looks like we have Tom Brady, Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders, and Ray Lewis. I'd probably have to go with Deion there myself because I like defensive backs and pick sixes. Then there is also the ability, it looks like, to select one of 32 elite players in Madden 18 Ultimate Team. The Viking on here, Xavier Rhodes, good to see his recognition there. Definitely some surprising names on this list, though, with Blake Bortles, Carlos Hyde, Carson Wentz. So it appears that is how you get your Ultimate Team jump-started this year. And then if you compare the 2 editions, Standard to GOAT, both obviously have the full game, the 1 elite player from your favorite team, 5 Ultimate Team squad packs, and then the GOAT edition gets 7 Ultimate Team squad packs, 1 elite GOAT player, 2,500 contracts, 1 MUT uniform pack, and the 3-day early access. That is all I have to talk about for now, and EA Play will be from June 10th to 12th, so I assume by then we'll have a lot more information on the game. I'm not sure between now and then what we're going to get, if anything, but I'm sure during that time we'll have another chance to see some of the game and hopefully a little bit more in depth on some of the new additions, hopefully some gameplay adjustments, because we haven't really gotten to know what the emphasis is this year when it comes to getting the gameplay better. There was the brief mentioning and just a mentioning of target passing on the Amazon page, so whatever target passing means, maybe something is different this year with quarterback play, and I'd love to continue seeing the gaps between different skilled quarterbacks be emphasized. And I think that one thing that is lacking in the game so far is ball placement, whether it's on target, slightly in front, slightly behind, high, low. I don't think that we get enough variation there to really show, oh, this guy is not as good as Tom Brady because he's always behind his target here and maybe limiting yards after catch. There are a number of things I would like to see in the game, and I haven't made any wish list videos, and it's not really like super useful to make wish list videos this time of year, but I can't fast forward to August right now, so I might start making some of those videos and talking about what I'd like to see. And then once we actually see the new game, once we actually play the new game, make some videos when the timing would be a lot better. But I think I'll start doing some of that now and giving out some of my ideas and seeing what you guys think. I'm looking forward though to hopefully getting more information about this simulation play style and what this all means for Madden. But I'm hoping that is very good news for myself and those of you that enjoy franchise mode and want that simulation feel, so you can get way more invested in your franchise than you probably should be. But that's going to do it for this video, everybody. Leave your feedback down below. Again, links in the description if you want to check out the Madden 18 trailer or just read up on what I talked about on the website. Not a whole lot of information right now. I kind of went all the way through it. But thank you all again. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Remember to leave your feedback and subscribe for much more. And I will see you all next time. Have a great day.